Hi, I'm Heather from Hia Booktubes, and today is July anticipated releases. These are mostly indie romances. I do have a traditional fantasy on here. I have like 8 books that I'm going to reference, and you'll see maybe why I say that. But 3 of those are books that I've been looking forward to for a year or so. Most anticipated releases of the year. Very excited. I get 3 of them in July. So on the first, we have Role Playing by Kathy Yardley. This is middle-aged gamers. She's 48 and he's 50, and they meet online. She has a college-aged son, and so she's gaming basically because of a conversation that they had. And she thinks that he is college-aged, and he thinks that she is like geriatric, like an 80-year-old. So when they finally meet in person, they are surprised. And it sounds so sweet. It sounds sweet, cute, funny, emotional. I really enjoyed the one book by this author that I read in May. And yeah, I'm really excited to pick this one up. Then on the 10th, Ink, a Los Diablos MC novella by Jade Hernandez, also known as Alira. Why can't I think of her full name? Well, this is her contemporary. It's like it's Alira Sarah's something else. I don't know. It's gone from my mind. I'm sure I'll think of it while I'm editing. But this is her contemporary pen name. And this is a novella, like I said, and they have a tattoo shop and a motorcycle club, and she has stumbled into their world, and I think it sounds really good. Then, don't know when, hopefully in July, Full Court Press, which is Nymphs and Trojans, number 6 by Alexandra Warren is coming out. This is a basketball romance series that she and Nicole Falls alternate books for. I have not had any hits from Nicole Falls. She's not quite to my taste. I have tried her books, but no standouts. But I do really love Alexandra Warren. She's been releasing like 1 book a year, so I should probably read more of her backlist because I really like her work. So I think you can read this one on its own. Based on the cover, I think that we have at least one female basketball player as our main character. And then Drea Anderson, I won't tell you anything about it, but you might want to subscribe to her newsletter. Okay. Then on the 18th, The Jessed Heir, which is The Scorched Throne number 1 by Sarah Hashem, is out. I am going to say Jasad a million times. It's Jessed. I know it's Jessed because I heard her say it, but like many things, if my initial brain pronunciation was different, I have to correct myself each time, and it doesn't always happen. This is a fantasy with a enemies to lovers, hate to love, try to kill each other, despise each other, would happily watch the other die romance. Her family, her people were overthrown. They've been killed off. She's the last one, and they have a particular type of magic. Anywho, I don't know if it's like their people overall or just the royal family. I don't think it could be just the royal family unless her enemy like doesn't quite recognize it, but they had a type of magic that is outlawed now, and she accidentally displays this magic in front of this enemy who's hunting the rebels, and they make a deal. Basically, she'll survive if she helps him catch the rebels, and then, you know, they go from hating each other to more, and then once they're more, she has to decide about like what she's going to do, because the rebels need a queen. She's the queen. She's the rightful heir to the throne. Just a lot. So this is based on the Egyptian history in the last 500 to 700 years, so not ancient Egypt. And the author is an American Egyptian author, and I am wildly excited. I actually do have an arc of this. Thank you, Vina. And I am really looking forward to picking it up. In fact, I might start today. Let's be honest with ourselves. Yeah, based on her TikToks and the character art and all of the things, I feel like this is going to be an epic enemies to lovers romance. Even though it's not fantasy romance, I think you should expect straight up fantasy, as far as I know. That's my expectation. Then, on the 21st, Seduction of a Psychopomp, Erogenous Hand-Holding, and Other Ways to Tame Your Reaper, which is the Boundlands #3 by Elsie Winters, is finally gonna be here. I cannot wait. This is a marriage of convenience, and this is a very sweet cinnamon roll hero fantasy romance series, okay? So our first one is a orc, our second one is a male siren, our third one is a vampire, and then this is the Grim Reaper. And all of those guys, not the orc, but the other guys have been roommates. They're all parts of the same friend group. You see them, you know, in everyone else's books. And he's so mysterious and grumpy and lethal, like intimidating. And she, for some reason, is going to die by her 29th birthday, so she makes a deal with death. That's why they have this marriage of convenience, and then she is like trying to seduce him, and he's like running away from her. And Elsie Winters is one of my absolute top favorite authors. The only reason why I don't read her more often is because I've read everything she's ever put out. Including novellas and anthologies, which I simply don't do for anyone else. But I just really, really adore her characters, her sense of humor, the steam, all of it is perfection for me. It's perfection. And this is my favorite cover. This is just all good things. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Then on the 28th, Scheme, an on-the-shelf Omegaverse romance by Colette Rhodes is coming out. I just heard about this week. This is 30-plus-year-old main characters. It's fake dating, Omegaverse. It's a standalone Omegaverse. She is a lawyer. He is a photographer. They are both happy on their own and have decided that they don't need a mate, but the people around them disagree, and so they're going to fake date to kind of throw everyone off their backs and, you know. Omegaverse involves nodding. It usually involves a lot of fluids. It has nests. You have alphas, betas, and omegas. Betas are the average person. Alphas and omegas breed each other. Alphas are usually in charge of everything. They're the only ones that can satisfy an omega. An omega's purpose is breeding. So there's a lot of like misogynistic elements a lot of times in these books. Some of them are extremely dark. I don't think this one will be super dark. I think this one will be sweet, which we can always use more sweet Omegaverse books. And then lastly, on the 31st, The Midsummer Bride, which is the Deadlands #4 by Katie Wilde, is coming out. Hello, random little bug. So this is a queen. She is going to have a marriage of convenience with a prisoner in her dungeons, and he is the only one that fulfills the prophecies of the warriors. She's not really keen on making him her king or anything, but he's the one, and she actually has an illness, and the only thing keeping her alive is the jewels that she's wearing. So she's like, well, I'm not even gonna live to see the consequences of these actions, so this is like my best bet to save my people or whatever. He wants the jewels for something. They're like special to his people or something like that. So he's only in the marriage of convenience to get the jewels, and she's not. She's been betrayed by everyone. And can she trust him with her heart? Obviously not, because he's only in it for the jewels. I love this series. My favorites are the first book, and then Evil Twin is also in this universe. Those are definitely, hands down, not even close, my favorites of the series. So I'm hoping to love this one as much as those. But if I only like it as much as the other entries, that would still be a worthwhile read. So I'm very excited. Some excellent fantasy romance coming my way in July. That's it. If you know specifically of any indie romance releases happening in July, I'd love to hear about them. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.